Hey guys.
Guys,
Guys.
hello.
Hello. Hello, Griffin Wildcats. Welcome to our Wellness Wednesday lesson. And before we get into the lesson, I just wanted to let you know that I looked up the word wellness just to get a pretty good definition for it. I found one that I liked, and I thought it was very applicable to this lesson. It is the active pursuit of activities, choices, and lifestyle that leads to a state of holistic health. So I know you guys know what health means, but let's talk about that word holistic. It is the whole person, not just the physical self, but it includes our thoughts and our emotions. So today we're going to talk about our thoughts and emotions, especially in relationship with COVID. Now remember, guys, we're all in this together. We're all going through this as a society, and we're all feeling some kind of way. I know I am. And so most of these feelings are going to center around some type of loss, and that could be loss of normalcy, safety, connections, our friends, loss of the end of the year rituals like field day. And so it's important, guys, to acknowledge our feelings of grief and then not to get stuck, but to move through them, to actively move through them towards wellness.
So, what I want to first focus on is what we can do. What can we do to manage all of this grief and loss that we're going through at this time? But the first thing I want to talk about is what is grief? And I know you've heard of that term before. I know all of us have heard of it. I don't know if you have. Maybe heard a family member talk about grief. But what grief is it's the response to some type of loss. It may be loss of a pet, or it might be loss of a friendship that you had with another person in the school. It might be just loss of like things that you've done from day to day. It just may be life in general. But I'm pretty sure all of us have experienced some type of grief in their life, right? Right. So as we discuss grief, we need to understand that there are stages of grief, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more in detail. But as I talk about each step, I want you to realize that all of us don't go through the stages one by one. We don't follow those stages exactly. And we may go back and forth through each stage as we are experiencing grief. Okay? So you have to understand that you may go back and forth, and that's okay. Okay? So let's talk about the very first step. The very first step of grief is denial. And I'm going to give you an example of it. You may have thought that during this time that COVID, you would not know anyone in your family that would experience this disease or virus. And so that may have been one way that you was experiencing denial. I know I was feeling that way, right? So the first stage is denial. The second stage is anger. So this is how you can experience anger in a way. Maybe you thought about, why am I missing spring break? Why can't I go visit my friends? Why am I locked up in this house? So yes, I was experiencing anger, and I'm pretty sure you were too, right? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yes. So that's the second stage. The third stage is bargaining. Bargaining. If I go through being away from my friends, it'll only last for 2 weeks and it'll be okay. Yeah? Did you experience that? I know I did. So that's bargaining. The next step is sadness. Sadness. When is this going to end? Is this going to end? Am I going to be able to see my friends again? Are we going to get back to school again? Am I going to see my teachers? Oh my God, when am I going to be able to go and do the things that I have done in the past? Yeah, and that's sadness. And yes, I have. The last stage is acceptance. And when this is happening, you really truly understand that this is something that all of us is going through. And you have to figure out, how do I proceed? How do I go on? Okay. So as you go through these stages, I hope that you can discover what works for you. And how do you get through all these emotions that you're going through? Okay. And you will get through it. I promise you, you will. You'll get through it. Miss Mahia is going to go into detail a little bit more how you can move through the steps, or she's going to give you some strategies on how we can all work through what we're going through. Okay, Miss Mahia.
Thank you. Okay, so guys, it's super easy to go negative here. You might be thinking, where are things going? What am I missing out on? Am I going to get sick, or are my parents going to get sick? So try to balance out those negative thoughts. Remember that just because you think something doesn't make it true. It's not a fact. So how do you do this? So it's kind of simple. Count 5 things that you see right in front of you, and it kind of gets you in the present moment where you might feel safer and you're not thinking about all those worry thoughts. So count 5 things that you see around you right now. So I see the computer screen in front of me. I see my phone. I see a yoga mat because I do yoga every day. I see some luggage. I see some furniture. Just count 5 things that you see. And it really, you're not thinking about all that other stuff. Another really simple thing that you could do, simply take a deep breath. So let's practice that right now. Let's breathe through our nose. Feel your belly fill with air, and then let it go. Do that a few times. It really calms you down, and it gets you in that present moment where you feel safe. So those are 2 really easy ways to do this. Another thing that you can do is simply focus on what you can what you can control. So what do you have control over? So as a middle school kid, there's not a lot you can control right now at all. As adults, there's hardly anything we can control either, but it's super important to know what can we control. So one simple thing you could do is follow the expert's advice, right? Stay away from people at least 6 feet apart when you're out in public. Wash your hands like crazy. That's what I'm doing. And really that's the only thing we could do to try to stay healthy. Those are the things that experts tell us. So let's do that. Love your friends. Send positive messages to your friends and family that maybe you miss. Be super positive, guys. Turn those negative thoughts into a positive. Acknowledge that you have those negative thoughts and feelings. It's totally human. Let's turn it around and make it positive. Remember, we miss you. Mr. McCaffrey?
We do miss you, students. As your counselors, we want to help guide you through kind of the emotions you're experiencing this time. And that's what you heard the other counselors share. Because, the big picture is why we're following these, directives from our health officials is to get back to school, to get back to our, to get back to all the clubs, to get back to the band concerts, the chorus concerts, everything we love doing in school. That's our goal. So please take care of yourselves, help your family, stay safe, wash those hands. But as we're doing that, safety is number 1. We need to think ahead, and we will be back in school. So we are challenging you to continue this learning process with your teachers. Your teachers have done just an amazing job finding resources, finding new ways to teach, staying in touch with students. We've had meetings with teachers. We talk to them. There's just a lot of learning going on from the teacher side, from the counselor side, and we want the students to take that on with you as well. We want you, even if you're not participating yet, to start participating, to understand the importance of school, especially reading, writing, math. Really focus on concentrating. If you don't have a schedule, set a schedule. Do some little things to build those good habits that are expected when we're in school. Because technically right now, your personal responsibility, which is a word I use a lot. If you've met with me, if we've talked, personal responsibility is to be a student. Being safe, washing your hands, I think is number 1 still, but also to be a student, to find a way to continue learning. Counselors, teachers, again, our administrators, Dr. Hill, Ms. Seibert, Mr. Gray, Mr. Langston, we're all learning every day. We're reading more articles. We're doing something every day to adapt to this time. And we would love it if students start doing that too. I know some of you definitely are. We know that. We've heard from teachers. We're challenging all students to start getting involved. And I know we all have different, resources at home. But let's start working towards it, because it will be like this until the summer. So we have the next month and a half to figure out how we can start learning. And if you need help, reach out to us, reach out to teachers, reach out and ask for help. And that's part of what counselors want to do, is to help you advocate for yourself. So please, please, please advocate for yourself if you need help. But we're looking forward to when we come back, all the band concerts, chorus concerts, the art show, the makerspace. I can't forget the Learning Commons area, the Friday popcorn. I just can't wait for that. Actually, my favorite thing I can't wait for is intramurals. So I will be back on the basketball court with you kids who know that we like to play. But we're excited to have everyone in the hallways to welcome them into the school. We'll take your hoodie off, but we'll still welcome you in the school. We're extremely excited. We've been talking to teachers, the principal, Dr. Hill. Everyone just wants to get back to school. So take care of yourself. Be safe. Start, working into school, and we're going to be back sooner than you know it. Stay safe, Griffin. We'll see you later.
Bye. Bye-bye.